Good evening, wherever you are. Uh, we are streaming the senior Synth stream again, and before we start, this show is not about me, but I have to tell a little bit of what is happening in my life for a minute or two, and then we'll start the show. So, a lot of people know that my dad is sick, that he has a tumor. He went to the hospital and spent 1.5 months there, and he just got worse and worse, and he got an infection in his heart and had to postpone the surgery for the tumor. So in the end, he decided to get home and spend the rest of his life at home. So he's not getting the surgery for the tumor. He's in a bed at home, and a lot of people is attending him, and that's how it is. It's nice. We have time to say goodbye to him, but also it's difficult because it's we can't do long conversations. He only remember the last few minutes or so. He's sedated a lot, but we still have him, and it's a long goodbye. But somehow it's both nice and not nice. But yeah. So that's my dad. Myself, I'm done with the infection that I had, and everything is looking fine now. I'm not going to get a surgery. Medicine will help me, hopefully, for the rest of my life. So that's the status from my life. And now back to the stream, where we're going to talk about Black Friday, things we buy and things we shouldn't have bought, and such. Let's present the guest. From UK we have Ian. I muted you.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I was muted. Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hi. How has your week been?
It's been good, actually. First of all, can I just say I'm really sorry to hear about your dad, Henrik. I mean, these things are horrible, but I mean, as long as he's not in pain, and like I say, it is a long goodbye. But and I lost my mum at the beginning of the year, so I know exactly what it's like to lose a parent. So, but at least I'm hoping he's okay, really, as well as he can be under those circumstances, really. My week, yeah, I've been spent most of the week mixing a Christmas album, which should be out next week, but we'll see about that. It's all a bit of a last minute thing. So I've spent most of my week on that, really. In fact, I've spent most of the day on a couple of tracks as well. So, and then I've got to master it. So. Hopefully it'll be out towards the middle of next week, because we're getting towards Christmas, aren't we? Let's face it.
Yeah. You risk it's getting out after Christmas.
It should have been finished in the summer, I guess. It'd been a Christmas album.
I think so.
Yeah. But no, it's been a good week, really.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. We have another guy from UK, and that's Tim Dale. Hi, Tim. Oh, you're muted too. I'll unmute you.
There we go. Thank you. Yes. Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Of Central. Yeah. Also had a hectic week. I've been, apart from being busy at my normal day job, I've also been trying to get at a library for Unify, and then in the midst of that, we lost our dog a few weeks ago, and then suddenly this week we've acquired a new puppy to try and rehabilitate. So unfortunately, we've already found she likes chewing wires. This is not so well.
Yeah.
So I've got to watch her near my equipment. So yes, that's my week.
Yeah. Okay, and then we go to the States, and Andy is there. And
This guy
yeah.
again.
Hi, Andy.
Yeah, him again.
How you doing? Hey, Henrik, sorry again about your father. I know we've been talking about this off and on for quite a while, and so I know the situation. So again, my feelings and thoughts are going out to you, and just hang in there. I know it's hard. I lost a parent over almost 30 years ago to leukemia, so it's no fun for sure.
Yeah,
That's true. How's your week been?
Pretty boring. Just getting all kinds of stuff in order, trying to all the usual stuff. Some stuff with insurance, some stuff with the DMV, and all kinds of other nonsense that nobody wants to hear about. But I am not to cross promote too much, but I am doing a show later tonight on my friend's George Romero podcast called Alpha Romero. We're going to talk about the music of Goblin. So if you guys like prog rock and Italian horror soundtracks, and of course you like synths, check it out, because there'll be a couple of us on there talking about Goblin's music. I was going to get a demo prepared with a track from Dawn of the Dead. I just didn't have time, so I may play a piece of it, even though it's anemic at this point. But it's an attempt to try and recreate one of their famous tracks.
It's funny you
we're going
say.
to talk about.
Sorry, Andy. It's funny you say about Goblin. I didn't know about Goblin until this week.
Oh, they're awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was listening to there's a radio show called The Freak Show on the BBC here,
Oh, cool.
and somebody played a track by Goblin and I thought, wow, this is. I'm not that into prog, but actually I thought it was really, really cool.
Well, that's the thing. They have range. So if you listen to their early stuff, it's very proggy, very kind of like jazz influences and stuff. Because they're each original guy, the guitarist, the synthesist, the keyboardist, the bass player, are really amazing. And they're the core members. The drummers have changed. The bass player have changed. Stuff like that over the years. And there's an extra guitar player, an extra keyboard player here and there. But now they have two versions of the band that tour because they couldn't get along. I saw them in 2013 on the first real North American tour as the group. And then they fought that same year and broke into two bands the next year. And from then on, they've been touring as two bands.
Yeah,
they hate each other.
A lot,
it's very
funny.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Sorry for the sidetrack, but if you guys are interested in that, check it out. It's 7 p.m. Pacific time. So.
Okay. And we have another guest also from the States, and it's David.
Hey, can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Dave.
Oh, okay, that's all that matters. Hey, you like this thing?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks, man.
I had my jacket on, and I was like, wait a minute, I got my shirt on. What am I doing? Hello, everybody. Got my cat back there. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get new floors in here, so almost everything's out of the studio. It's really weird, but it's kind of fun, too, to actually have a chance to reset everything up.
Yeah. I heard you lost someone.
I've lost some cats. Yeah, I lost Cleopatra a couple months ago, and now I just lost her brother. So, yeah, it's a bummer. Last night.
Sorry to hear that, Dave.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we had a good run. But it's a little bit of a downer. Kind of getting used to it. Cleo had a little bed area in the closet, so I had to finally clear it all out since we're putting the floors in. So maybe it's a good thing, kind of fresh start. And but anyways, yeah. So new floors, and it's you never know how much stuff you have until you have to put new floors in your studio.
Oh God. Yeah.
You gotta then you start finding stuff in corners, behind corners. That's it.
Yeah. I have to say I'm sorry about the noise in the background from my microphone. I have a noisy computer, and I'm waiting for a new one, so hopefully it will disappear soon, but not in this stream. So let's start with Ian. Have you? We're talking Black Friday. Have you? Yeah.
Well,
have you bought anything you shouldn't?
I was going to say no, I haven't, but actually, I think I have, because I don't really subscribe to the Black Friday thing, because there were some statistics at one point which said that most of the Black Friday deals are not real deals. I can't remember exactly what the stats said, but I have bought, and it should be arriving next week. I've bought the Liven Ambient Zero with its case. Because I thought for 230 quid, I thought it was a bit of a bargain. But I have a rule now, and if I'm getting something new, something has to go. So I sold a couple of things last week, so that allowed me to actually buy something new.
Ian, don't forget you have a $48,000 mixer to sell there.
Yeah, anybody want to buy if you saw Ramsey's last week, somebody was selling a Tascam Model 12 for $48,000. So I've got a Tascam 24, so it's going for the same price if anybody wants it. Yeah, and it's Robbie's fault. Robbie told me about it in PSN, so that's when I bought it last week. So yeah, no, the Ambient Zero is coming.
And Tim, have you bought anything you shouldn't?
Well, this year, no. So far, I've only bought 2 items, and it's one hardware, one software. But both things that I had wanted on my sort of wish list, because I've tried to be strict with myself, because I have actually bought things in previous years that just because they were on a really good sale, and it's like, don't need that. And on 2 occasions, and this is more dangerous when you're dealing with software rather than hardware, is I've bought things on Black Friday sales that I had already bought on the previous year's Black Friday sale and completely forgotten about. So yeah, I'm trying to be careful. So I haven't spotted many great deals yet, so I'm open to recommendations. But yeah, no, I've only bought a couple of cheap things so far.
Ian, you are causing an echo.
Am I?
Yeah.
Sorry, let me just... Is that better?
I don't know. Try to speak.
Testing 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Tim, try to speak too.
Yeah, testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, sorry, I think I must have had the speaker still on.
Yeah. Andy, have you bought anything you shouldn't?
Nah, I'm forced to be a good boy. I'm broke lately, so the only thing reasonable that came up would be maybe the Korg Nano Key Fold or the Vassal Castle 2FX, Castle Drum 2FX, whatever it's called. Those are, I like those guys a lot. I have the Castle and the Castle Drum already, so they're nice little, park bench or tabletop synth drums, effects, all that kind of stuff. They do use those quirky little micro leads that you have on like the Korg Volca modular, and a couple of the small things out there that have those tiny little leads. So those are a little bit weird, but you have to do it to make everything small. So those are kind of things I would look at. It's software right now. I'm kind of softwared out. I mean, there's always more cool stuff to get, but I have like all the collections I want. I mean, obviously I'm maybe a rev behind, but I'm not really missing that much. Maybe a couple of instruments. So I'd rather have money for other things I need right now than just buying stuff that's going to sit around for a while. So
yeah, good thought. Before I go to David, I have to say hi to all the chatters. I forgot that. So welcome to the stream, all of you. It's wonderful to see you. We have 24 viewers right now, and that's nice. So, David, have you bought anything you shouldn't?
Not yet, but I'm on Sweetwater's page, and it says there's 14,000 plus deals. So there's plenty of opportunity, apparently. Can you believe that? 14.
Yeah, surely you can find a couple, right?
Yeah, I mean, that kind of sums it up right there, doesn't it? Jeez. With the studio kind of being in flux, it's kind of, I think it's helping me, but I will say some of the, like the Arturia software stuff, the pigments for like $49.
Yeah, I saw that deal. Yeah,
it's going to be hard. I haven't done any of that stuff yet, but that's the kind of thing I could definitely see me being susceptible to, some of those really extreme, software deals. Hardware-wise, I might pick up the little Yamaha finger drum, the FGDP 50, the bigger one.
I've got that. It's great, Dave.
Yeah.
It's really good.
And having a little bit of drumming skills, I really think I would enjoy that a lot. I think it's down to like $239. So that one, I think that's the one that kind of makes sense. Cause when as everyone, these, it's really hard sometimes to not get kind of swept away in it, especially when things start really getting knocked down. But to Ian's point, a lot of it's just 10 to 25% off, and it's really not doesn't really get the FOMO going. But when they really start slashing things half off, that's when I start. I don't know if I'm investing. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm definitely clicking the yes and buying it, right? I'm pretty sure I'm not investing. I'm pretty sure there's no money in it. But some weird rationalization starts. You got to get this now because whatever. Other than that, but not yet. The JX08, I think, is down to $300. That's a pretty cool deal. Kind of interested in little boxes. I don't want anything large in the studio at the moment. So software and tiny little things. So it's fun. I'm trying to have fun with it, but not turn it into that feeling where you're like, man, why did I do that? The one other thing, I don't think that little Behringer Synth cushion, I'm a little bit fascinated with that, but I don't think they put it on sale yet. I wouldn't mind getting that, but with Behringer, I kind of expect them to give me like 80% off or something.
Yeah.
Or I don't get excited,
Yeah, they've got some pretty good Behringer deals at Anderton's at the moment.
Yeah. I don't know how that translates.
In the UK.
Coming over, but yeah, Timon and all that, it's good, but yeah, it's not on sale yet. So if that went like half off, I might be tempted to get it because that looks really usable.
Well, Dave, if you're going to buy Behringer, buy before the tariffs come in. They're going to get screwed by that.
Yeah. Well, apparently they got a place in Malaysia, so I don't know how that'll play out. I thought about that a little bit, but again, it just gets...
Anything imported is going to be a nightmare.
Well, let's hope that doesn't factor into my decision the next couple days. But those are a few things. That's all. What about you, Henry? I think you avoided the question.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm waiting for the new computer, and I bought stuff for the new computer. But not any deals, and I'm not planning on any new instruments at the moment. Lately, I got the Erica Synth DB01 and the Nightwarp, and I just love them.
Yeah, that DB01 looks cool. It's kind of is it kind of like a Minotaur? What is that?
It's a bass line, but it can do more than the Roland bass line. It's not a TB303. It's like a Moog as a bass line.
Yeah.
It's very good, and the Nightwarp, I love how it sounds.
Oh, it's kind of like a Taurus.
Not
Not in shape, but in function. Moog Taurus.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're saying.
It's the bass pedal thing.
Yeah.
You play with your feet, but you could get the newer ones without the feet. So.
Yeah. Now I'm with you. I don't know if it's like that. It's going like this. If I have to disconnect it.
Just
All I know is I
Factory
want that
zipper
sound to
inputs.
play when I walk into a room. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have a friend who has one of those. Those are cool.
Yeah. Could you hear it before when I played?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, good.
Good.
I wasn't sure.
Tim,
So-
you've got me looking at Anderton's site as we're talking. I mean, 133 quid for a Behringer Crave is a pretty good deal.
Yeah, there's some very good deals on there. Yes.
You know, I mean, that and an Edge.
Well, there's some of the best deals on there of things that aren't actually currently in stock. So
Yeah.
it'll be buy now very cheap, but who knows when it will arrive.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I'm not buying them. I'm not buying.
Yes. Yeah.
I always fancied having a Spice, a Crave, and probably the Edge.
Let's see if you get the Spice, you can avoid the modular thing because you're getting basically the
I
mutable
know.
instrument sounds inside a module at that on the desk.
Exactly. You
So-
know.
No Eurorack for you.
No, you're right for me.
Is there anything you would like to buy on a Black Friday which never gets cheap?
Plenty.
Yeah.
There's
a couple of things I want, but I don't know. I mean, I certainly want. I'm very interested in Fred's Labs Manatee.
Ooh,
But I want to play one first. I want to use it with my instrument. And I've never had the opportunity to play one. The other thing is, and I do want to buy this, but I'm not in a rush for it. I'm going to buy an iConnectivity Mio XL MIDI interface because none of this stuff is wired up for MIDI at the moment. So I'm going to do that at some point, but there's no rush to do that. I might even get one second hand if I can find one.
Tim?
Yeah, there's lots of things I'd like to have, but the problem is at the moment space. So I've got a whole shelf here of stuff that I've bought that isn't in place yet because I've got nowhere to put it. So
no problem too.
it's tricky. I don't know if there's any okay for software at the moment. I'm currently looking at the one thing I have just bought because I'm trying to get into a number of different soft synths at the moment that haven't done much with it. One of them is Faceplant by Kilohertz, and some of their sort of add-on premium effects are currently on sale in Black Friday deals. So I've just bought one of them, but there's some others there that I would really like, but they aren't on sale yet. So
I got it. I must say I never use it, but it's fantastic.
it is amazing. Yes.
And I did lie before. There's actually something I would like to get now when I think of it, and it's the Absolute package from Steinberg. I have the Absolute 1 Plus and would like to upgrade from that. And at the moment, it's about 200 euros, I think. That's a lot. I hope it gets cheaper. That's the only thing I'm thinking of.
I've just thought something that I really would like to see at half price, and that's the Teenage Engineering OPXY. I would buy it if it's half the money.
Yeah, brand new. That's never.
Yeah, I would buy it.
Yeah.
They didn't even do that with the Field.
No, exactly. Yeah, so it's not going to happen.
Yeah, there's a number of things that are never on sale. So.
Yeah.
What, Andy? What would you like to get that never comes on sale?
Well, I haven't looked because I'm broke, but I'm sure the Polybrute 12 won't be on sale. Or if it is, it's very minimal. As well as the Muse and the whatchamacallit, my brain is fried. The recent Yamaha that has all the great engines in it.
Yeah, Montage.
Yeah. That one is
Plus.
I've played that at Guitar Center. It's actually really, really fun, but it's just too expensive.
Yeah.
It's well built, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah. I could choose between buying a new computer or get a big Synth. I chose a computer.
Yeah, well,
I
Well,
think
yeah,
the
'cause
big
you could do
synths
so
are-
much more with it, right? So,
yeah.
Yeah, and often when I get something, I play with it for a month and then it's just standing there in the corner.
Yeah.
So
you have the honeymoon period, and then you go, okay, I've used it enough. Let's go use some other stuff.
yeah,
And then you feel guilty, and you go back to the new gear again.
yeah,
So
exactly. Okay, Dave, what would you like?
Boy, I would love that that new Echo Fix, the Roland Space Echo. That company is making them brand new now and servicing them. They're terribly expensive. I want to say they're made in Australia, but they make a chorus and a tape echo, and they look really fun. You know, it's basically getting a brand new Space Echo.
Mm.
Something like that would be fabulous, but it really have to get down in price. I can't justify it. Just for what it does. I don't play in that league. People that do, but not me. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Geez, yeah, I can't think of much. I mean, everything seems to kind of go on sale, but I guess what is a sale? Like I like the I saw that IntelliGel Cascadia's down to $1,800, but it's still way too much. I'm just not going to drop $2,000 right now.
one thing I used to count on is, as a preferred Guitar Center customer, they used to send me 15% or 16% coupons all the time.
Yeah.
So that's how I bought most of the boutiques
Yeah.
and a bunch of other stuff, because I'm like, they're just giving me so much money back. I can't resist. And they started sending me them again. Like, well, now I don't have money to spend there. But for a while there was a gap, and now they're starting to send me the 15% coupons again. I'm like, you bastards. Yeah.
50% is a lot, isn't it?
15.
Oh, 15, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still great,
Yeah, I
though.
would have say
that covers your
50% is-
tax and some other stuff.
Yeah.
So, his tax has gone up.
Yeah, I have
Tax
noticed some of the
is
best
9% here now, I think. Sales tax 9%, something like that. So.
I have noticed some of the best deals out there are all things I already own, so it's not fair. So.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look here. Yeah, I mean, there's preamps. There's API stuff. Yeah, sure, I'd love one of their mixers, and but there's just like two worlds with gear. It seems like there's a lot of money or $500 or less. That's kind of where I like to stay. $1,000 if I'm getting crazy. But I don't know. A lot of us just I've collected a lot of stuff, even a lot of software right now that I'm really just battling to use what I have.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of looking for stuff that workflow, or something that really is, or really simple inspiration stuff. Like the little FGDP's a cool little jam. You know what I mean? You're not really, you're plunking down a couple $100, but you're getting a lot of quality in it. A lot of good
Hey, I heard that OPXY might help your workflow out. Check it out.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it will. Yeah.
Yeah, they got it, huh? They got my word.
Yeah, I never imagined back in the 80s playing playing little Casio tone keyboard, thinking one day the most desirable keyboards will be this size.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, remember cell phones, right? They used to be these big bricks.
Yeah.
Before they were suitcases, they were brick. After their suitcases, they were bricks you would carry on, holding at your head almost like a walkie-talkie. And now they're so slim you can fall out of your hand. Some of the small Japanese ones are so small you can just lose them.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the size they got smaller and smaller, and then suddenly it was important to use touch, and they had to get bigger and bigger.
Well, you want to watch movies and read web pages, so they had to make it bigger.
Yeah.
A A lot of people didn't want to buy an iPad and a phone, so they compromised and made it somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. So, have you saved any money for Black Friday?
Nah.
Yeah.
Not at all. No. I mean, and the other I find it irritating that Black Friday isn't just a day, is it? It's like it's from now until Christmas, almost. You know.
Well, it used to be Black Friday into the weekend. Then they added Cyber Monday, and then
I remember
made
the Cyber
Cyber
Monday.
Week.
Yeah.
And then it's like now, whatever they want to do. You know, rain check.
So Amazon started with their Black Friday thing on Thursday this week, last Thursday. So, you know, it's sort of it is an irritation. I have to say that when we had the hi-fi shop, and not the music shop, we never did any Black Friday deals. We always did a January sale, but we never did anything prior Christmas. No.
Yeah, we too. January is a cheap month here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's usually just to get rid of inventory, right? Isn't that
It
what
was.
it's about?
Yeah.
So if you don't
Things that
have a
hadn't
lot of
sold
inventory,
over the
then
last
there's
year.
no
That's
reason
exactly what we
to
did.
have it.
Yeah.
They used to have like, for stores around here, they have like White Flower Day and all this kind of stuff. And so it's like, Macy's used to do that every year, White Flower Day, and it's just getting rid of inventory, basically.
Yeah.
This
All
is
right,
where we
time to
sing a
sing
song.
in Swedish.
Yeah, exactly. In Swedish. Räven ska över isen.
Not Danish, Swedish. You got to do Swedish.
That was Swedish.
Was it really?
Somehow.
Okay.
Somehow.
I couldn't tell the difference. Sorry. Which is sad because I'm mostly Scandinavian and Irish, so I should know. But
there was one word that was Swedish, at least in that line I sang. And it's a Swedish folk song, Christmas song, I think.
have to eat some Abelskivers.
Æbleskiver. Yeah, I'm not wild about those. They're okay, but when you have eaten 10, you have eaten enough.
Well, it's better than surströmming or whatever you call it.
Oh, that's Swedish. That's not Danish.
If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically
I have
fermented
no idea
fish,
what you're talking about now.
fermented raw fish in a can.
Yeah.
So it smells worse than you can imagine.
You're not selling it to me. I can tell you that.
If
It's
Sweden
lots of umami, lots of
if Sweden gets into a war, they can do chemical warfare by opening the cans.
It's true. Put them in catapults and send it over.
Yeah. So, we only have good things in Denmark. Almost. So that was Black Friday. Haven't we got any more to talk about?
Well, I was going to say, has anyone seen any Black Friday deals they'd like to recommend, even if they're not going to buy it themselves?
Oh yeah.
Or anyone in the chat as well. I was thinking if anyone's got any.
Well, I went on Synth Anatomy, and he's nice because he not only shows a lot of the deals, but he also shows all the free stuff. So don't forget, Black Friday, you often get free goodies too. Places giving away stuff on their websites for free.
Yeah.
Software and stuff. So.
I did find a page to hang on. I have to see if I can find it again.
Gearspace used to have a thread on Black Friday deals. I don't know if they still do it or not.
Well, I was wondering if I could plug something, and that's which I've spotted is which I'm sort of connected to, so it helps me out as well. Is Unify by Plugin Guru, because I don't know if how many people are familiar with it, but it is an amazing piece of software, and it's worth checking out if you haven't already. It's changed the way, sort of my complete workflow of where I do music, and it's what I use as a centerpiece of my live rig as well. So it's quite a powerful piece of software. But it's never normally on sale, but it is on sale for Black Friday this time. So instead of being $79, which is already pretty good price of it. I think it is $49 for a few days. So anyone that was sort of
Actually,
on
Tim,
Yeah.
most of the viewers here are watching Rancy's too, and they have won it.
Yeah,
I haven't won it
yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
won it. What? Okay.
Yeah. Rancy is running a quiz
Name that
where
synth.
we have to guess a synthesizer, and the what do we call it? The prize there is Unify.
All right. Well, okay. If anyone in the chat hasn't got Unify yet, worth checking out.
Well, I haven't got it, so I am. As we
Yes.
speak to him, I am looking.
Yeah. It's and there's and we have there's a weekly live stream which is on right now actually at the moment of the sort of Unify community, and one of the people that pops up in it sometimes is Herbie Hancock. So it's
No way.
an interesting experience when that happens. Yeah. And it's always funny because some people refuse to believe it's actually him. Start firing trivia questions at him, trying to catch him out, see if it is really him. So, he's a Unify user.
Oh, I couldn't find the link I talked about before. I looked and looked. I thought I bookmarked it,
Anyway.
but I didn't.
So that's
Yeah,
my Black
Synth
Friday
Anatomy broke a
recommendation.
lot of them down.
So how are we spelling Unify? Because I've come up with a
So
road
go-
web
Go
website. Which,
to pluginguru.com,
all right, okay.
all one word.
Skippy from Plugin Guru.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
John Lemko. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
There's, yes.
The link is in
Quite
the
a-
chat
And
now.
there's a lot of libraries available for it as well,
You can
including
see him
some.
too at some shows. He was at
Yeah,
Synthplex
yeah.
a couple of years ago, and I think he goes
Yeah,
to
yeah.
NAMM, but I can't remember.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does. Yes.
So,
There's the old joke goes, some of the libraries there by my wife's husband. So,
Did Rancy have a show today?
No,
he's off.
no, he's busy.
I got to sleep in for once. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't ask me this time. He probably thought I was busy, which I was.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, yeah.
Everyone gets a break today.
And plus, you wouldn't want to do, a show then and a show now.
Yeah,
so
back to back.
yeah.
Yeah. So, are we done with Black Friday? Is it really such a short topic?
oh yeah, someone's just mentioned Soma there. I'd quite like a Soma Terror, but
Oh, don't get me started. There's a B stock one at Anderton's.
Really?
Is it Anderton's? One just over 1,100 quid. Just under 1,100 quid.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
good.
It's the best price I've seen for it, really.
yeah. So,
But it's still a bit. I mean, it is on my radar,
yeah.
but
sale.
and I have played it. I played it at Synthfest last
Yeah.
year as well
They
as
are
this
very
year,
cool.
and absolutely loved it. But then again, I love the Soma stuff.
Oh yeah,
You know,
great.
it's Lara 8 here, so
Yeah.
The pipe is a whole lot of fun, but most people don't talk about it or have one. But they're really fun. Because
I
you can
remember you
use it
said
as an
about it
effects
before,
box,
Andy.
or you can use it as an instrument.
yeah. But I can't drop 1,100 quid for
Yeah, it's a lot.
a piece of wood,
Oh yeah. No.
basically.
There's also this page. I will put a link in the chat. audioplugin.com. He is posting all the deals he can find.
Okay.
But it's mostly, it's plugins, of course, because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
called Audio Plugin Guy.
Yeah.
But that's a
Yeah,
lot.
I had to look
the
at
Terra
plugins
is
which
basically like a synth version of the God, my brain is. I guess I didn't get enough sleep today.
Yeah,
The
couldn't be too much.
the frame drum thing that I have. The
All right.
it's like the synth version of that. It's very expressive. It looks weird. You
Yeah,
might
yeah.
find very little use for it when you first get it because it's so bizarre, and then once you get into it, you realize how much you can really do with it.
I know that when I've only spent like 10 minutes each time I played it, but actually I found it really intuitive and really easy to find my way around it.
And because it has accelerometer in there,
Mm.
I can't remember if it was NAMM or in Perfect Circuit. One of the places it was demoing it. They put these little springy stands.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
And so while
Yeah.
you're playing it, you can do
push
this and tweak
Yeah.
it and get more expression out of it without taking it off the table.
Yeah.
It's very clever.
Yeah, I will get one at some point, but again,
Yeah.
something will have to go.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I'm always looking for that when space is at premium. I'm always looking for something that isn't too big, but does something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's always the problem. I don't need yet another virtual analog synth.
No. And I
Enough already.
don't use a lot of plug-in synths. I use a lot of plug-in effects. So I recently bought some more audio thing plugins. I like their stuff. But I mean, they regularly have deals once you've got an account with them. I think I paid $19 for their latest plugin.
I mostly get plugins for stuff I can't afford in hardware, like a Moog modular,
Yeah.
Buchla stuff. You know,
Yeah, I got the
2500.
Korg. I got the recent Korg stuff as plugins because I didn't have room for the hardware. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
much cheaper.
because Korg do the half price thing probably twice a year, don't they? So
Yeah,
their stuff's is all. And I bought all the iPad apps years ago when they were on half price.
Yeah.
You know. Having said that, I don't use them very much, but I have got them. I've got the wave station and all that sort of stuff, and the Poly 6. The Poly 6, as I've said before, is not like a real Poly 6.
No, but it's cool.
It is cool, yeah.
Yeah. But like Oberheim 8 voice that GeForce makes is just amazing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll never be able to afford a real 8 voice.
No.
And it isn't a real 8 voice, but it's goddamn close enough as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned. So, sounds amazing.
And when you put in a track, it sounds like an 8 voice.
I mean,
It
Tom
sounds- it should
Oberheim
do.
said, "Good job," right? He endorsed it,
yeah.
right? So I was like,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, what do you want?
Exactly, yeah.
yeah, it's great. I can now have software plug-in versions of keyboards that I wanted 30 years ago.
Exactly. And even Arturia had the not so good sounding versions of like the Moog modular and stuff, and then improved it later. Even the early versions were just fun to use because it's a whole bunch of crazy stuff to explore, you know. And being on a laptop with a controller, you can just take it anywhere.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. Cherry audio. I suppose I ought to. Still got some of them I haven't got, so that's something to look out for in a sale as well.
I like it's called Synapse. They do Dune 3 and Legend, and I love Dune 3. I have it. I don't have Legend, but I may get it, but probably not this
Who
year.
makes that again? I missed the company.
Synapse Audio, I think
okay.
it's called.
I'll have to check those out. I don't know those.
I think it's them. But just yeah.
Oh no, I was just thinking about. I guess it's kind of tangential, but with Black Friday, do we feel like there's not really a lot exciting out there? You know, is that part of it? You know, I mean, obviously we have plenty of beer, but I'm not so sure I'm so excited about a lot of the new products.
I think it goes
Other than massive synths. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Not
I
a lot
think
of
it goes
different
in
stuff, that's
waves
for
to
sure.
some extent, doesn't it? Because you have this. I mean, we've all got loads of synthesizers, so you know, it's very rare that something really, really new comes out.
Yeah.
You know, and then people get excited. I mean, I don't get excited about. I certainly don't get excited about old synths, you know, or recreations of old synths. Really, I know that in the past I shouldn't have sold some of my old synths, but that was, you know, that was the 90s when Nobody wanted an analog synth, you know.
Like when this came out, it's very groundbreaking, but nobody
was.
bought it.
I
And
know.
now everyone wants one, or
Yeah.
mostly.
Yeah.
And it's like, good luck.
I played one
Oh,
of them
wow.
at a show and couldn't make head and tail of it. You know?
It's chordal like everything else. You have
Yeah, yeah.
control functions and stuff, but once you
Yeah.
get the workflow down, it's like magic. You just whip
Yeah.
through it really quick. And they have iPad versions. The problem is they're on the store, but you can no longer buy them. So you can download them if you paid
right.
for them, but they're hidden from the store. So I have both iPad versions as well, and they're really, really good. If you haven't seen, I did a video on them a while back. It's kind of fun comparing all of them. One had like electro samples in it, and one was more the traditional samples in it. And they're just wicked. And even as a controller, even if you don't use any of the sounds or load your own samples on it, as a MIDI controller, it's amazing. Kind of like how the OPZ has all those modes.
Yeah.
This has all these different layers that do totally different things.
Yeah.
So you can just go nuts on it.
It's funny about the LPC because when I first looked at it, it's obviously years ago when it first came out. I thought I'm never gonna get that because it's not my sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then I had the opportunity to buy them for 200 quid second hand.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it.
They're
as
fun.
you know, it's great. It's,
Powerful,
In fact,
fun.
it's never more than 10 feet away from me ever. You know.
And there's so much to learn about it. You can
Yeah.
have fun with it with just a minimal information,
Exactly.
gathering thing and playing with it and demoing it. But then as soon as you delve into it deep, it is so crazy deep. It's funny. It's just unbelievable.
What's the little cheap one they put out that looks like a calculator? The KO2 thing?
Because there's the medieval.
There's the KO2 and there's the KO2
Actually,
medieval.
that's something I want.
No, I was going to say.
I want the medieval one.
Yeah, that's true. So that's that kind of thing, and that little finger drum thing that I mentioned. Those things are the ones that kind of I just feel like I could see like putting them down and just all of a sudden getting really inspired by them. So that's the kind of stuff I am excited about. So I would watch that. I don't know if they'll put that on sale.
I mean, when I bought the finger drum, which was straight after, as soon as it was available, after seeing it at Synth Fest, I think.
Yeah.
Or Gear Fest, one of them, and I played it there, and I thought I've got to have one of these because I haven't got, you know. Yeah. And I started learning finger drumming. I'm not brilliant, but I'm reading drum music and I'm learning with it, and it's great fun to do.
Yeah,
you know?
I think it's super cool.
Yeah, it's absolutely, and I've used it on tracks. Just over the top of other things, you know, for extra live drums. You know?
Isn't it? It's because it has like a little looper, right, or some sort of.
Yeah, it has. It's got
sequencer.
It's got complete songs, but you have to choose each loop while you're playing through it, which is slightly challenging. You know.
Yeah. I'm just thinking you can MIDI sync it though.
You can. I've not done anything with MIDI.
Is it pretty menu divey or just weird combinations of keys?
No, it's just combinations of keys. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, and it's laid out it's not laid out like just square. It's laid out really intuitively.
Yeah, it's ergonomic, like so you can play with your thumb on the thing. And,
and you can change where the pads are if you want to. I haven't. I've left it as because I'm left-handed, but I tend to play most things right-handed, so I play guitar right-handed. I've just left it rather than trying to reorganize it because I thought I'll just learn it as it is.
Yeah.
You know.
I actually like that it has more traditional. Well, it has a batch of traditional, more drum samples. Because what I find is I've got all my electronic bleeps and bloops, whatever. But there's still something about a good snare with a partial rim getting hit. I mean, there's a frequency there and a power that you really don't realize you lost it until you, even if you're doing an electronic piece, you sneak it in like with the looper, and you just go, "Holy cow, that is like." There's
a way of doing a rim shot which wasn't in the manual, and that's to actually press two buttons together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just takes a little bit of a knack to be able to do. There's other rim shots, but to do a choke on a cymbal, you can do that. You can do most things that you can do on a.
Does it have built-in choke groups, or do you have to fake it?
I think it's a while since I've touched it, so I thought I faked it.
Okay.
I hit the cymbal and then had to hit another button, if I remember rightly, to choke
choke
it.
groups are huge. I love it on the Machina Plus. It's so much easier to play drums with choke groups.
I like the flams and things like that. You can do.
Yeah.
You know, you can actually do it by accident. You know, like that's the cool thing about a flam. Like, you know, you just try to hit 2 and you'll probably end up with a flam.
Yeah.
But so those kind of things can be really. So yeah, that kind of stuff really gets me. It's inspiring. Like I can see, like, and it's small, so you can just kind of take it upstairs and like with the speaker.
I forgot. Does it have MIDI much on it, or is it all?
It has got MIDI on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it decent MIDI, or is it kind of?
I haven't used MIDI at all.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, there's two in there. The white one you can't put your own samples in. And I got the black one. I got the slightly more expensive
50, right?
one. Yeah, the 50.
Yeah.
And I can put my own samples in it, but I haven't bothered yet. You know, I'll do it when I need to do it. If
you got to put the Thomas the Tank samples in it.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, when that thing dies, just before it dies, I need to sample it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, I need to sample
Circuit
all
stuff
those
dies
sounds.
all the time.
Yeah. You know.
Oh yeah.
For those of you that don't know, I have let me get it.
And your cool guitar thing too.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, this medieval thing's pretty cool.
And it's supposed to smell like chocolate, the buttons, but I went to Perfect Circuit and it didn't smell like chocolate. So
That's what we're talking about. So circuit bent
there you go.
Thomas the Tank Engine. The only circuit bent thing is it's got a rotary knob here and an input. It's absolutely wonderful. Stick it with a reverb pedal, and it's just brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just absolutely bonkers. But the sounds on it are great. I've done a couple of gigs with it. It's actually, to be fair, this is fairly reliable. The guitar thing is totally unreliable, and I've used it about 4 times on gigs, and it's always let me down. It's always done something weird, you know. But that's the fun
nature
of it.
of the beast. Yeah.
You know. So I occasionally look at, it's back to Black Friday, but I occasionally look on eBay for weird sort of, circuit bent stuff like that. I mean, that was 25, 30 quid, something like that. It was an auction, nobody had bid on it. So I was the only person to bid on it.
Can't imagine.
And yeah, it's a risk because you don't know what it sounds like till you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple circuit bent things that are hit or miss, just I got a couple speaking spells and speaking math and speaking read.
Yeah.
To maybe circuit bent. I decided to keep them normal because they're just fun on their own, the quirky sounds out of them. So.
Yeah, I found out because it says all the names of the Thomas the Tank Engine type trains. There's only one female train.
Oh.
She's called Emily. All the other, so Thomas the Tank Engine is a very male-dominated hierarchy of trains and carriages.
Kind of like life, right?
Yeah. But good old Emily. Emily is there.
Yeah.
I named a track after her and I used it.
That's funny. But the speak and spell circuit bent thing was popular for a while, and then Paul Schreiber, who used to work at TI, and also did all this module of the month stuff for years, and made like the Hyperion effects processor that Wagyu and I have and stuff. He's a really cool guy. He made a circuit bent speak and spell module for your rack, and then added another module to modify it even further. Holy smokes, is that fun!
I bet, yeah.
Yeah, it's just really cool.
That's superb.
And it's not destructive, right? It's just messing it up enough through some buttons and contacts and not wiring it and burning things out.
Yeah.
And, guy knows his stuff.
I have to play this one. I always forget to say you should click like and subscribe. So I had to play that one.
Now I have to do that dance in real life, Henry.
That dance
quite
is
disturbing.
scary. It's quite scary.
I would like more likes, not less.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever? That's a stupid question. Have
Go
you
for
ever
it.
written a song about Black Friday?
Absolutely not.
No.
Oddly, no.
Well, it had to be asked, so yeah. I think.
I'm sure some people have.
Yeah.
It's like,
Or
where's
how
my
broke they are
guitar?
because of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple shots of whiskey maybe first. Then
Yeah.
oh man, that's really funny.
My friend used to smoke weed and write crazy lyrics, so he would have definitely done that.
Right.
If I asked him to. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, while we had this debate, or what we call it, I was thinking I should have asked all of you to make a song about Black Friday. That's right.
Yeah.
It would have been fun, but then you would probably not have turned up. So,
Extremely minimalist. Make it a really
Yeah,
minimalist
yeah.
track. I don't have time. I have to go earn money to pay for my Black Friday stuff.
Yeah. We should do the make a song, but only using stuff you actually bought for Black Friday last year and haven't actually used it.
Yeah. That's the one. That's it. Yeah.
I don't get
or
much.
make a song on all the gear you bought last Black Friday for all the money you earned on your music.
Yeah.
Yikes. No, that's
That's
just about nothing.
That's not going to happen, is it? That's not going to happen for any of us. That.
Can barely buy lunch with what I've made of anything.
Yeah, and this time Andy is going to sing a song about Black Friday.
I'm not
Yeah,
drunk
Andy's
enough.
first. Go ahead, Andy.
I've had
Yeah.
sleep, but I'm not drunk enough, so I'd have to be.
Yeah, but every time there's this embarrassing break with silence.
Somebody has to sing a song.
Yeah, and this time it's Andy.
Instead
Yeah.
of a tumbleweed moment, it's a
Yeah.
sing a song moment.
Feels like it should be metal or something.
Oh, definitely. It's or goth. Goth's Black
Oh,
Friday goth.
Yeah.
It should be
I'll just
goth.
sing "Brave
shouldn't
Sir
it?
Robin" from the Holy Grail. So
Yeah,
You're really
Yeah.
sad, everybody. That hurts.
what was the last thing you got, Henrik? What was the last synth you bought?
That was the DBO one.
DBO1, okay.
The Erica Sense.
Did you have a couple hydrosynths, right? Don't you have a couple of them?
Yeah, I have a small one and the first keyboard version.
How much do you use the small one?
Is it the
I actually bought the small
Explorer.
one.
Explorer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Explorer.
Explorer. Yeah, I bought the small one because I didn't have enough space for all the patches in the big one, and it was very cheap. And I was very surprised about. Let's zoom out. I was very surprised about how good the keypad is.
It is.
It's not bad for what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, I was at a studio with him earlier this week, and he's got one, and it's the first time I've actually properly played the Explorer, and I was impressed by the keyboard. I thought it was good. Really.
Yeah.
Did you ever
So-
consider getting the module version with the NPE pads?
Yeah, but not because of the pads, because the pads are really not that useful on it. They can't
can't be.
trigger.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that they can't. So
I mean, I am wondering. I've never used MPE on my. I've got a Hydrosynth 49 here, but I do need to plug it into a metal instrument and try it. and just see how it performs really.
I
'Cause
think
it
it's one of the best synthesizers available.
'Cause it
So
might be worth-
easy to program.
Yeah, it is, and I like
Yeah.
that about it. It might be worth my while, you know, because I want a hardware MPE synth. So
Well,
it might
that
be
little
worth my
section
while.
with the buttons is very clever. So
Yeah.
he claims he took it from the Oberheim expander, but it's also very much like the vSynth layout with the buttons that control sections.
Yeah.
So you don't have to menu dive or whatever as much
Yeah,
as you
'cause
normally would have to.
I
'Cause you
thought- I
can
thought-
with the buttons.
Yeah, I thought it was taken from the Ensoniq ESQ1.
Well,
it's
it's
the same
all the
layout.
same, right? It's all
Yeah.
similar designs, but
Which,
Glenn Darcy said he got it from the Oberheim expander.
Yeah. Now
got
we
ESP1
have
behind
to. We have to. How to say it? We have to specify that when we're talking buttons, we're not talking about the grid on the expander version. We're talking about the buttons for programming the synth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The actual
Um,
the section buttons that have control like whole sections of the synth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the buttons for the expander is really not very useful.
All the preset buttons.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
they're not even preset buttons. Yeah. I can't remember.
I've only touched one once, and it was nice, but I don't know much about it.
No. And one thing about the keyboard version, the big one, either the 49 keys or the
deluxe.
dual one,
Yeah.
deluxe, is the strip, touch strip.
Oh yeah.
It's fantastic to play with it, and it follows the keyboard. So
The 49 is great because it totally matches the keyboard
It does.
exactly.
Yeah,
so you can
exactly.
play like a Trautonium
Yeah.
Yeah.
and get the exact key that you want.
yeah,
talk
I
about
love that.
Yeah, talk about desirable gear coming up. Have people seen the strip that's coming out from UDO that you can attach onto any keyboard and basically have a touch strip above your keys, and it can just plug into your expression pedal input if you've got one.
That's
No.
cool.
Worth
That
checking out,
sounds good.
and it's very reasonably priced as well. So that's due out at the end of the year. So
There have been a few. I have the Kurzweil Expression Mate strip that was an add-on. The same one they put inside the K2500, K2600 keyboards. But there, Depfer makes one that could be used for MIDI or for CV gate. And Kent has a different brand. I forgot the brand he has, but Kent bought another brand. So there are like 5 or 6 different ribbon brands out there if you want to get a ribbon controller. It's really fun. There's a lot of
It
fun.
is.
And they have modes, so it's not always the same thing. Like there's a theremin mode.
Yeah. I've
There's
used
a,
the theremin mode.
There's a expression like modulation mode if you just want to use it for like vibrato or something like that, or pitch modulation, something like that. So it's cool.
Yeah.
I almost had to go.
I've been thinking about all my other synths if I really need them because the keypads are terrible compared to the Hydrosynths.
Yeah.
So in future when I buy synths with keypads, it will be something expressive, something with.
That's why I didn't buy an
polyaftertones.
ODX because the keypad sucks. The synth is cool, but the keyboard is awful.
Yeah. And
Well, I feel
the wave state, it's really a terrible
Yeah.
keyboard.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same about the Kronos. I hate the Kronos keyboard, but the synths inside it are great.
Yeah.
But it's sort of hammer action, but it's probably the worst hammer action keyboard on the planet, really.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
should
I've got
be
I've got
inspiring to play
semi-weighted one.
a synthesizer.
Yeah. I wish I'd bought the semi-weighty one. To be honest, I would say that's better. You know, you can't switch it off, so you can't play organs on it
Oh,
because it's I have to use a different keyboard if I'm going to use an organ like a B3 patch.
yeah. That's actually the same reason I have a Modi X. And that's the same reason I will never upgrade it to a Modi X Plus. And I will be very reluctant to buy a montage because is it bad too somehow? I know it's better, but is it good enough? So
That's why they should have made at least a desktop module of it, if not a rack module, something that doesn't have the key bed on it. To save cost, save space, and because the key bed sucks.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
You get more customers. I don't know why they don't understand that. You'll get more goddamn customers.
Yeah, exactly.
Has anybody played the smaller Hydrosynth, the Explorer, as far as do you have that one, Henry?
That's
Yeah,
the one
right
he's
here.
got, yeah.
Oh, okay, that is
Yeah.
the one. I'm sorry if I missed
Yeah.
it. I stepped out a second. Because that's the one I was thinking of getting, something smaller again. I had the big one, and it just took up too much space.
My friend's got one. I played it this week. For the
For
first
the
time.
price, it's
It's
the
great.
best,
I thought it was
best
really good.
keypad you could get.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah. I mean, obviously, they're sort of mini keys, but they're not really small mini keys. They're not
Yeah,
like the
that's
Korg
fine.
mini keys. They're bigger than that.
Yeah. I seem to get on them fine. For,
Yeah, yeah. I
for
mean,
just posing. Yeah.
It's kind of like the Yamaha Reface key bed,
yeah,
Yeah.
but with more
I
expression.
love that. Yeah.
yeah,
Got it here as well.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Tim's
Yeah.
gonna
It is
give
amazing.
another.
Not plugged in.
Oh, I thought you were gonna play it for us. Okay.
Oh no, it's not plugged in. Yeah, I don't know. If, I almost had a go at them at the shows this year in the UK at Synthfest and Machina Bristonica. Because I don't know if you saw it. They had one in bright orange that they've made.
Oh, I've seen it.
I saw that.
Yeah.
The price. They put the
Can't
price up.
unsee it.
Yeah.
It's really bad on the eyes. It is.
I sort of love it though. But it's I'm not sure yet.
Nah, the orange one. Nah,
Machine.
absolutely not.
Okay, fair enough. Either one's Halloween looking, so I'm cool.
It'd be very popular in the Netherlands, right? The orange. So
Yeah, because they did the silver edition of the 49 key one, didn't they? And that was
Yeah.
nice.
Oh yeah.
but it also runs on battery, so it's for Darren. It's park bench compatible, so
Absolutely.
Well, yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I never use batteries either.
Really? Never tried once?
No. I
How quick
always
do you
use
do
it
them?
here. So
Did it come? You didn't come with a bag, right? So you have to buy your own bag for it.
Yeah, I haven't got a bag yet. So.
That's another thing about Black Friday purchases or other things. I often consider portability just because it's one of my things I like. I don't need it,
Yeah.
but man, do I like it. So even if it's not something as tiny as an OPZ, I have a case for it. I have a battery pack for it or something, so I can take almost anything mobile if I want to.
I've just ordered another case for the OPC.
Oh, yeah?
I have I've been using this. It's just a little,
Yeah.
But I've got it's got a deck saver on it. But I've ordered one of the bags. Actually, they're normally
wrap
about
bag?
40 quid, but somebody on eBay was selling them for 15 quid. So
Did you get the gray or the yellow one?
I've got the bright lime green.
Oh, they have a
one.
lime one. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. So anyway, it's coming. It's not here yet. That's another purchase. That was but that was before Black Friday.
It reminds me of those
How do you know?
those Scandinavian
Yeah, exactly.
backpacks
It's
that have
on
that
right
similar
now.
texture.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like the waterproof backpacks. It's kind of like that material.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's
does any of you have any experience with the Reface? Is it called DX? I don't know.
Yeah, I have the DX.
And,
I have
and
the
the
CS.
expander thing.
No, you mean the one you sit inside of? They have a little rack on the top.
Yeah,
I was thinking about getting one of those.
yeah,
Oh,
me
you
too.
talking about D-Tronics? Little.
Yeah, the G-Tronics one.
But
I've
I really want to
looked
get the
at a million
D-Tronics
times.
DT7 for the
Yeah.
DX7.
yeah. Also, the new one for the MKS7. I have the MKS7, the old Roland. Super Jupiter. It would be nice to be able to program it without.
Oh, you never
thinking
got
in
the
scissors.
expander that was sold with it?
Not for the MKS7.
MKS7 or 70?
7.
Okay. Because the 70 had its own rack that went with it, with all the sliders and stuff. Yeah.
It's the MKS7, the one Oh, Starsky just demoed.
Okay, I haven't seen that. Add-on stuff is nice if you can get it. Programmers and all that.
Yeah.
But some of them are awfully expensive. Was it Kiwitronics? What's the one that's a brand
Yeah,
Kiwitronics?
but it's getting cheaper
Those
now.
are very expensive.
Yeah. I think the one Starsky demoed was pretty cheap.
I like the again the cool things that just disappear. No one buys them. Kenton had a line for a while. They had the fancy Control Freak, which is really good. But they also made a little mini one called Spin Doctor. It's just kind of awful purple color, and it had a LED screen, like a green LED screen, and it had I think it was 8x8 knobs, or no, 8x2 knobs, so 16 knobs, and so you could map them to, just like you do on Command Station from EMU, you can map them to all kinds of CC controls and stuff. So you go in there very quickly and either have some preset modes, or you can dial in real quick this CC for this knob, this CC for this knob, and it is easily added to anything. So I was using a QY100 for a while on the go, which is battery operated, and then I added a battery pack to the Spin Doctor, and I could do filter sweeps on the QY100, which you normally couldn't do because it's a buried function, and it was fun to be able to do that. So add-on stuff is always great if you can get it.
Yeah. The one Starsky demoed, I think it had some options so you could change the CCs it would send out, because the MKS is not reacting to CCs, it's reacting to small sysx bulks, small dumps. But it could be used with other instruments if reprogramming it.
Sure. But a lot of those things, they say they're real time, but like the D50 programmer, the 1000, it basically has all these sliders. So you think, I can control the shit out of my D50. Well, they weren't the best sliders. They always had a bit of a rough track, and also they're jumpy, right? It's not a smooth transition to stuff. You hear kind of glitches as you're playing it and doing that. So it's kind of like move, play, move, play, move, play, not continuous. And similar with the PG300 for the Alpha Juno. Even though it's basically DCO analog, it's kind of jumpy. So it's not a great real-time controller. It's just a good programmer.
Yeah, I had a programmer for D110, and it made it crash often if I played something at the same time.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Never heard that one before. But I'm not surprised. The older stuff is really slow.
Yeah.
The CPUs are really, really slow in those things.
Yeah. But I think it was because they sent it. I don't think they used CC for the controls. I think it was
some are sysx.
Sysx, yeah.
This is why I bought an Edirol keyboard that had sysx functionality in it. So you could control various things with sysx that didn't want to do CC. That's pretty cool. But again, one of those things you buy, you don't use it very much, but it's there if you need it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you were keen on the cog folding keyboard, Andy.
Surprise? No way, man. It's mobile. I love mobile gear because you got iPhone and all
I know.
I have 400 music apps on this phone.
Yeah, I know.
And maybe 200 are synths and samplers. So with a little keyboard like that, I don't have to carry the Rolly block if I don't want to, the keyboard block.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I don't have to carry I don't have it handy here, but the X key.
Oh, yeah.
I have the X key, which is pretty cool because it also has poly aftertouch, although the keyboard is a little weird. And I have a few other mobile controllers. The Arturia ones just aren't portable enough. They're really feature packed, but they're too bulky and chunky.
I just didn't like the keys. I thought the look of the keys looked nasty. if I'm honest, because they were like
yeah, I mean, it looks
they were
weird.
like a little button, so they're not even like a. I mean,
But,
I don't.
but
I
they
never
did have velocity on it. They do have arpeggiators,
Yeah.
and that's pretty cool. So I'll give it a shot. I mean,
Yeah,
I might hate it.
I always carry the original around with me in my laptop because you
I
never
used to
know when
have them.
inspiration's going to strike. You know, so.
Yeah, I
Those
used
are
to
cool,
have
but
them.
those are also like the OP1, where basically they're
Yeah.
just switches. They're not really
Yeah,
keys.
they're not.
Oh
really,
yeah.
really.
Yeah.
But
it's nice to have something, right? And
Yeah,
so
I had
if
the full
the
set.
keyboard folds up this big,
Yeah,
it'd be
I know.
awesome. You know, it's just,
I had the full set of the other Korg ones. I liked the mixer most of all, and the drum pad thing wasn't bad, but I couldn't get on with the keyboard.
yeah.
You know,
Because back in the early 2000s, late 90s, I forgot now. Back when before Apple came out with an iPhone that could do much, right? I think it was just iPods back then. Compaq had this whole line of iPacs. It was Pocket PC Mobile.
yeah.
And it was like the extension of the Newton. Like it did so much more than a Newton ever did. And basically iPhone basically came along and ripped off the iPac. And it's really cool, really powerful. And I had a fold-up ASCII keyboard that folded up this small as well.
I see. I had one too. Yeah.
And then you flip it, and it has a
Yeah.
stand for the phone or for the iPac, and you could go crazy with that thing.
That was cool because I was exactly the same. You know.
And I had there's a MIDI apps I had on there. There's a one called, for the super nerds out there, there's an app called Pocket Griff. I don't know where the name came from, but it's Pocket Griff was this fully functional synth sampler, built-in effects workstation on your iPac. It was not very expensive. It's like $50 for the program or something like that.
Yeah.
And all of your knobs in the interface, whatever it was, you could tap on them with a stylus, and you got an XY area, and you could draw your curves. So if you want a filter sweep to go, you just draw the curves. And
have you got Caustic, Andy, on your phone?
Caustic, yeah. Well, the old ones,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, Caustic's good.
Yeah, it's like a fully fledged DAW.
There was another one that was much better. And my brain is fried. I can't remember right now. But there was an older one, Jasuto. Jasuto's older than Caustic, and Jasuto is still around, I think. It's really good.
Yeah. So
way
Caustic's
before
around,
the VCV rack and all that stuff. Yeah, Jasuto and a few other ones on the iPad and iPhone.
I have to say I mainly use apps on the iPad rather than the phone, but they are on there. So if I got
it's
nothing
just handy
else,
to have it if you need it.
It is, yeah, exactly. And I have done the odd thing with it, you know.
Yeah, and again, with you hook up a keyboard to it or Bluetooth something to it,
yeah,
then it doesn't matter how small it is. So, but yeah, a lot of apps for iOS that are. I mean, Android has caught up to a certain extent.
Yeah.
They don't never have either the hardware support from external gear or the level of apps that the iOS stuff has.
Yeah, when I was on Android, there was a couple of good synth apps. If I can't remember what they were called now, but
There are a couple of decent ones. Yeah, I've tried. I have an old is it Google? What's the Google phone brand again? What's the
not sure.
What's the name of the phone line?
Somebody in the chat will tell us.
They're up to 8 or 9 or 10 now, or something like that.
I never had that. I had
Whatever the hell their phone line is called, I forgot. I got one.
Pixel.
Pixel. There you go. So I had a
Cost-a-price,
Pixel 6 or something like that, and it's decent enough to load stuff off the store. At some point it won't update anymore, but so I was able to try different things. The main reason I wanted the Pixel is I was doing a lot of stuff with microscopes on the go. These little USB microscopes, and iOS is really stingy about how much power you get on the port.
Right.
And so a microscope with a light draws too much power.
Right.
Also, it didn't communicate. Didn't have a protocol written for iOS to work with it anyway. So Apple didn't support it. So I had to carry 2 phones around for stuff like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just they are catching up. But this literally tens of thousands of music apps for the iOS platform.
There is.
And they're good for probably 300-400 that have gone that were really good. They just don't support them anymore.
Yeah, I've noticed that. A couple that I paid for just suddenly disappear.
Yeah, and if you
Yeah,
have your thing
yes.
automatically update, you
Yeah.
basically will stop working.
It just
So
stops
I lock
working,
my
yeah.
phone at one point. I don't update anymore, so I can keep using
Yeah.
my apps.
Sing a song, somebody. We had another pause there.
Yeah, I've been looking around for deals. Other than there's sound toys too, of course.
Oh yeah, I think I've got a couple of Sound Toys plugins.
Yeah, VCV Rack's got a little bit of a sale.
I got the Soundtoy Suite years ago. Didn't even use it. They're really good, but I just don't use
I
it.
know that's
Like
I
Echo
just don't
Boy
use my
and
computer.
Little
Echo
Ultra
Boy, that was the
and-
one. I don't have
Yeah.
it, but that's yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Dave's time to sing.
Yeah,
In Swedish.
in Swedish. That's only fair.
Just do the Muppet
Yeah.
Show, Swedish Chef.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're saying about
I feel insulted. I don't know.
not
Maybe
many
it's
deals
just-
yet. Yeah, I looked on Plugin Boutique before the live stream just to see sort of what was on sale, and doesn't seem to be a lot yet. But of course, it's still a few days away, so I'm wondering if just more is going to be added as we get closer.
Yeah, I think there will be. Yeah, it's hard to really pin down a date anymore because some have already started. some
Yeah,
aren't
exactly.
started.
Amazon started.
It gets very strange, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a few that'll jump in on the day, maybe.
So 16% off a Roland Dara Compact S1
Yes.
on Amazon.
Oh, yeah. I noticed someone put a link in the chat saying about the Gaia 2 being on offer as well. which
Oh
sounds like
yeah,
quite
it
a
is. It's a good synth. It's just
Yeah.
if you were only going to have one or two synths, I would say that's a really cool one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a good
fun.
workhorse for sure. It's just kind of getting lost in a sea of synths.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I did like the comment in the chat from Lady Aptitude saying, "Is Black Friday
Yes.
pre-buyer's remorse a thing? I feel guilty before I've even ordered anything." Yeah. Nah. No, don't give in to remorse. I say be proud of your stupid purchases.
It's
Exactly.
mainly because you're mostly buying stuff that's because it's on sale, and maybe not because you really want it or need it. It's like, oh, it's
Yeah.
on sale. I should get it for later,
That's right.
and then you feel bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have time for all the stuff I have bought. So
No, that's the problem, isn't it?
It really,
Real-
ultimately, that's the problem.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's a first world problem, isn't it? Too many sins, not enough time.
oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about programmers for the DX7. And you imagine DX7 players from the 80s would kill us to have the sort of editors and things available now. They'd also kill us if we said my synth's got 10,000 presets.
I've owned 3 DX7s.
Yeah.
One first generation and 2 second generation, and could never program it. Absolutely, I tried, because I used to program things like Poly 6s and DW8000s.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not particularly a fan of FM, but up there it's an OP6, and that's really easy to program. It's great. They
Yeah.
made it
Actually,
really
you are fond
accessible.
of FM because Oberheim 8 voice is FM
Well, yeah, the
on
Yeah, 'cause that-
GeForce.
because I use DX'd a lot, and that
I've
now
used
with-
that.
when you see
That works
everything-
really well with
when
the
you can
OP6
see
actually.
on the screen, it's so easy to edit. And
Yeah.
it's, now I understand what we were listening to for 40 years ago.
Yeah.
It's funny you call it DX'd. Most people say DEX'd.
XA, I've been trying to work it out,
DX'd,
which
yeah.
but DX sort of makes the most sense.
It's
Yeah.
tomato,
What it's-
tomato. Everyone has a different way to say it. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
Moog,
Oh,
moog. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
could be
can't get
DXA,
over. It's Robert Moog, but Moog synth for me.
Yeah.
No,
Always has been.
yeah.
You know.
It's different when it's someone's name, though. because
when it's someone's name, he was Robert Moog, wasn't he?
yes, yeah.
You know.
So just feel bad.
Although here there are a bunch of people who have European traditions in their families and their names and stuff. That I don't know where the hell they get the pronunciations from for some of these names, especially the French names. They just totally destroy the French names. And the same thing with in California, right? This is Alta California originally. This was part of Mexico, and so all the names here have Mexican, Spanish names, right? But not one person here, except for the native speakers here, can say the names remotely correctly. They just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's not Los Angeles; it's Los Angeles, but nobody says it right. So,
I've literally never heard it said like that, Andy.
Because no one ever, unless you talk to someone who speaks Spanish or knows Spanish.
Yeah.
I say it the wrong way either because no one knows
Los
what I'm talking
Angeles.
about when Los Angeles. Yeah.
Los Angeles.
Or I
San Francisco.
I grew up in a city around here called Los Altos, right?
Yeah.
Los Altos. Los Altos.
Los Altos.
So, there's no A in there, and the
Do
loss
my
is not
best
lost, it's
Baltimore
Los.
accent. Yeah.
People couldn't even say Isuzu. Remember when that car brand was popular? Isuzu? They say Isuzu.
Zuzu.
They mess up the S and the Z.
Zuzu. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty rare. That's
Most
fine.
people don't care. They just say whatever they want to say.
I mean,
How do you say jalapenos?
suddenly IKEA, which has been IKEA forever here, is suddenly IKEA.
Oh, is
According
it?
to all the adverts.
IKEA.
IKEA. That's how that's what all the adverts are saying in the UK now.
That's
What's
great.
that all about?
Is that a slight or is that a?
No, this is the IKEA adverts. You know.
Not to IKEA.
In Denmark and Sweden, it's
Didn't I see a
it's
Hyundai
IKEA.
advert as
It's
well?
me angry. I don't know why.
In Denmark and Sweden, it's IKEA.
Is it? So that's
So
why.
similar, but not quite.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was okay. That was.
Yeah.
You can say that.
IKEA.
That's funny.
It's still IKEA to me. I'm sorry. You know,
It's okay.
I've grown up with it being IKEA.
IKEA.
Yeah. Well, people say Iraq.
Yes.
Go to Iraq.
That's
Iraq. Yeah.
Kamala.
Just trying to I'm
Yeah,
trying to think
that'll-
how that.
Yeah.
I
That
went
was done
there.
on purpose. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because I think Moog's not the only one that people mispronounce, because then you've got the Behringer or Beringer advert argument
Yeah.
as well. And,
Oh yeah,
Behringer.
Behringer. Sure.
yes.
I think people just say it wrong because they don't want to give that guy the respect he thinks he earned. So
Well,
he's such an ass. Yeah.
Well, he is. He is. Yeah. You know.
No, if you pronounce it wrong and people say, you don't buy that, do you? You go, no, it's a different company.
Yeah.
no. I don't know any Behringer. No.
There's actually a wine called Beringer.
Hmm.
I think it's an
There's a winery in Napa called Behringer. Yeah, with without the H.
it's from California, right?
It's without the H, so it's just
Behringer.
it's a cheaper wine. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's from
So it
California.
fits
Just like the sense. Yeah.
Or is it California?
Well, exactly. Yeah.
Cali. Going back to Cali.
If you listen to Hispanic newscasters in California, it's great because they will say everything just as most of the locals do, and then they say their name. So there's a famous Mexican guy here. His name
Oh
is
yes, yes. I
Rigo
know.
Chacon, right? And he said,
Yeah.
and so they're doing this and this in San Francisco, and for this channel, Rigo Chacon, Channel 7 News. You know, so his name is said properly, but everything else is just whatever. So
Well, AOC does that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and then it's like, she's just talking like this, and then she just like flips her, her whole dialect.
oh, it's just the switch goes off, and then they go back
switch.
to
It's really
It's great.
odd.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
you're
funny.
Like, can she do that? Is she allowed to do that as an American?
That's how she keeps her pride, right? You don't want to totally
Yeah, it's
go
fine.
on the
it's
bastardized
fascinating.
side of things. You want to keep
It's a
some of your
flex,
culture.
right? It's like,
Yeah.
look, I can do this. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty impressive, actually. I only got my Baltimore accent.
Because you look at the Italian guys on the East Coast here.
Yeah.
That's not real Italian, right? Gabagool. What the hell is gabagool?
Something from Star Wars.
No, exactly right. No, it's supposed to be Copa or Capicola, whatever the specific name is. But they tweaked it, or they say mozzarella instead of mozzarella. So, mozzarella. It's just like this, like slang Italian.
Henrik, this is when you're supposed to say, now back to Black Friday.
Yeah. I was filling time so I don't have to sing. So,
yeah.
I'm sure you can get cheese on Black Friday.
Yeah. Mozzarella.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
It's not just tech, it's everything. Yeah.
Hey, maybe that's the song, guys. Maybe
cheese.
Mozzarella.
Oh, are you
So-
composing the song now?
I'm getting inspired.
Yeah.
One or the other. All right. Ingredients.
Well, we have a cheese festival in this town, so cheese is a big deal here in Frome.
Oh, that sounds great. I love
Yeah.
cheese.
Are
Is
you
it good
cheesing?
cheese or is it just okay?
I don't know. I don't eat cheese, so it's
Oh,
wasted
you're
on me.
tight.
But my eldest is a big cheese fan, so he's going to come to the cheese festival next year. I mean, it's a festival about cheese. What the hell?
Oh, cheese is amazing. It's one of the best
My
inventions
neighbor
ever.
smells of cheese. No.
Cheese
I'm
is
okay
great.
with just
We get a lot of
little
good imported ones here. Some of the good stores. There's one that's really cool. It's it looks like a layer cake, and it's double Gloucester and
Gloucester,
Stilton.
double Gloucester.
Gloucester, yes, I don't know.
Gloucester, yeah. It's that pronunciation thing again, isn't it? Yeah,
Double Gloucester. and
Gloucester,
Stilton.
Gloucester.
Stilton,
Gloucester's
correct?
the
Did I
next
get that right?
county.
Wow.
Is Stilton right?
Stilton, yeah, Stilton's fine, and
And it's layered in these things like
Yeah.
a cake.
yeah,
So you get a nice mix when you cut it, and it's really nice.
and it's Wensleydale grommet.
Wensleydale, yeah. Exactly. I've actually had
long-
Wensleydale. It was good.
As long as it's not a cheese that flees when you try to cut it.
Well, that's the one Casa Marzu from Sardinia. It actually has flies living in it,
Oh, wow.
and they digest the cheese product, and you eat what they've digested and
Yeah,
shat
but
out.
the cheese is living too.
It's
You know
disgusting.
that.
Oh yeah, it's bacteria and fungus, sure, of course. But
Even
it's
the
not-
cheddar cheese up
Casa
there?
Marzu's disgusting.
I mean, obviously,
Watch
I am
it.
not going. I am not
Cheese
going to the
living.
cheese festival because although I don't eat cheese, you really put me off here.
Oh,
I
Just ruin the cheese
I-
sales
I
on Black
just-
Friday.
Yeah.
not even a good cheddar. You don't like a good
Nah,
strong
I
I'm
cheddar?
imagine-
not a fan.
I imagine now when you're saying a cheese festival and an alien movie where the cheese attacks.
Mozzarella. Yeah.
I can just see it.
We're putting this together, Henry, very slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's bigger than just a song. Maybe it's a whole story. It's a whole concept album.
Yeah. It will be cheesy.
The invasion of the mozzarella balls. I don't know.
Yeah, and there's always Stinky Bishop, isn't there? That's the cheese that really is. It really honks.
The cheese is alive.
Yeah, the chat is still now just debating on pronunciations of things. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got them stimulated with.
we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
No cheese talk.
Black Friday.
We changed the name of the show.
Yeah.
Cheese deals Black Friday. Let's see. Longmont. I'll do it local. Top 10 Costco.
I saw you had Longmont Dairy. We used to get stuff there when I lived in Colorado.
Yeah, that's right. I use Longmont Dairy.
Yeah, we actually had milk delivered to the door in the little box.
Yeah,
The glass bottles they take back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'll do it.
It's good shit.
Yeah. All right, I'm not finding a lot of cheese deals right now.
Good. They're all saving them up for the cheese festival in Frome next summer.
How about cheese crackers, where it doesn't really have
Oh
the
yeah,
cheese
yeah.
texture?
Actually, I mean, the daft thing is I like a cheese straw.
Or
But-
pizza? You don't like pizza?
I'm not a huge fan of pizza.
Pizza.
I can eat it, but it's a bit too fatty for me. Cheese for MPEs.
Mozzarella donuts. Wow. That's
Oh boy.
Ugh.
There are food crimes all over the place.
I probably. Oh yes, here it is. Oh, what up? What up? We're at cheese. Oh yeah, see, we have cheese importers, which is apparently very famous. And I've never been there, but got lots of cheese. Maybe I'll go in there one day with a video cam, and we can when
You should, yeah.
You make a cheese film.
There's some really good California cheese makers, but a lot of the U.S. makes pretty shitty cheese. Wisconsin and Vermont are pretty good for cheddar and some other stuff, but most of the stuff you kind of have to import because other than some really nice places in California, there's a lot of crap cheese. And most people eat that American cheese nonsense, which is not cheese.
Well, we've got a town called Cheddar.
Yeah, that's where it came from, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And there is a Cheddar Gorge. Yeah,
a town called Cheddar.
town called. It might even be a village. It's not that far from here.
Oh,
But you guys don't have a lot of the artificial cheese there, right?
I don't know. You're not talking
Cheese
to
in
the
a can and all that shit.
Tim, help me out here.
No. Well, we do have pre-processed slices of cheese that you can.
Oh yeah,
burn
that's
and-
the craft dairy.
but-
That's the
But
the
they're
American
very
cheese.
much looked down on. We
Yes,
we don't
crap.
want to go there.
Yeah. You get them in your McDonald's, don't you?
Oh yeah, and kids have cheese straw things, don't they?
Oh,
The
cheese strings,
cheese.
isn't it?
Cheese strings, yeah.
Cheese string things. They're horrible.
Oh
Yeah.
God, there's. Ugh.
Yeah.
That'll get
So we have cheeses. All our county have cheeses named after them, I think. So
Yeah.
there you go. Leicester,
Although there's no
Gloucester.
Yorkshire cheese.
I'm just gonna do a search. Cheese and Synth.
Yeah. 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 Cheese.
Maybe we can tie this all together.
I think
I'm working hard.
Yeah, we need-
we started a new subculture here. Cheese and
Yeah.
synths. You know, we've had
Yeah,
cheese and cats, cheese and synths.
Well, you had wine and synths, right? You had that guy
Wait.
on Henrik that does wine and synths. Now you have cheese and synths.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
Yuhi triple cheese.
Just don't spill the wine on the keyboard, Desmond, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did invite him tonight, but he was occupied.
Oh really? I love cheese Synth. Okay, so guy's got almost 2,000 views.
There is a synthesizer plugin called Cheese.
Cheese
That's
machine.
triple cheese.
There's one called the cheese
Yeah,
machine.
that's unique.
It's basically a string machine
Free
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Black Friday. No, wait, let's see.
Yeah.
because some of those string machines can sound a little iffy.
I'm not a fan of a
certain
string
settings.
machine. I'm not a real fan of a string machine. Come on.
Well, it's a real big sound of the '70s. So
oh,
I'm
very
used
much
to-
so. Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
used to it, and I like some of it,
Yeah.
but it can be too much.
Yeah.
But if
Actually,
you have that
it's
nice
too
phaser
little
on there, it
because
really
it
helps a
doesn't
lot.
have the button.
Phaser, a nice ensemble. There's some kind of chorusing.
Oh,
Does sound nice. Because I remember as a kid listening to like Dreamweaver and stuff like that,
Dream.
and I didn't know about synths as a little kid. I didn't know what the hell was. I'm like, what is that? What is
Who
that
the hell
weird
is
sound? It's not
Dreamweaver?
strings. What is that? You know.
I know Dreamweaver, the web browser thing. The web.
Oh, Macromedia Dreamweaver. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to use that all the time
It was
back in
okay.
the day.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
It's better than the Adobe PageMill. You ever try that?
No, I was big into
It was-
Macromedia, so
It was only slightly better than using Microsoft Word to output HTML,
Oh,
which is noisy and crappy as hell.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
So the formatting is terrible. It ends up being about as bad as people claim Elon Musk's code was when he was doing the X.com days. They said his code was garbage. So we got the Dreamweaver.
Keith
Sounds
says
good.
Dreamweaver equals Gary Wright song.
Yeah, it's Gary Wright. He did Our Love Is Alive and Dreamweaver, two famous
Oh, right.
70s songs. One's funky and one's just kind of spacey and ethereal. Used in a lot of movies. You know, it's like a dream scene or a romantic scene. It kicks into Dreamweaver. If you ever saw, what's that one? Wayne's World. He's
Oh
in
yeah,
Wayne's World.
Two Worlds World. Yeah.
When he sees the girl on stage, like Tia Carrere, they play
Yeah, yeah.
Dreamweaver. And
I need to see that. I haven't seen it for years. It's great. Wayne's World. Actually, the sequel's pretty good as well.
Yeah.
it's all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
the what's Wayne Stock.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I like the fact that they're just making fun of pop culture and stuff.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
TV ads and all that. It's one of the few SNL spin-offs to actually work.
Yeah.
Some of those SNL movies are awful.
Sorry,
You like
Henrik, we
cheese,
seem to have
Henrik?
wandered off topic.
You like cheese, Henrik?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a cheese.
Great question, Andy.
I'll say recommend a couple because I want to try some. I love Havarti, but I don't know other Danish cheeses.
I have one. My favorite at the moment is called Hans Christian Andersen, and I
Oh.
think that's about the same age. Actually, when my wife and I is having breakfast or what, the first meal in the day, is it breakfast?
Well, you have
Yeah.
second
Yeah.
breakfast
Yeah.
if you're a hobbit. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, we're both. We when I open it, she suddenly remembers that I shouldn't open it.
Well-
It's slowly, the smell is slowly crawling along the table and up into the nose.
it's one
Well-
of those cheeses.
I've just
Yeah.
found out that
But it's not bad when you eat it. It doesn't
Yeah.
taste like it smells.
you can get a free, and here we are, back to Black Friday, a free synthesizer from UE called Triple Cheese.
Yeah.
How's that for a connection?
Is it a string thing? You think? Or
I
is
don't know. It
No,
says luscious.
no,
it just says luscious and cheesy. And
I
it's
did
free.
see someone demo it the other day. It does sound really nice, actually.
Is it?
Yeah,
Great
Triple
badges.
cheesy.
that's cool.
Looks all right, actually.
How about Italian desserts with mascarpone cheese? You like that?
Yeah.
Hey,
You
no.
know Italian desserts? No.
No,
Yeah.
Not a nice cannoli? Oh.
no. I'm the guy with the weird diet, so
Yeah. Well, it's true. If you're lactose intolerant, that's another matter. But
yeah.
I know people can't do that. So
Or
good.
should
I'll
I
have
get
to try
the
Hans
triple
Christian
cheese?
Andersen
I'm not
cheese.
going to get a free triple cheese synthesizer. It's definitely not.
Do a duet with that and Thomas the Tank.
Yeah. It says winner of the 2006 KVR Developer Challenge, a unique freeware synthesizer, no FM, no phase distortion, no analog modeling filters here.
Wow.
Totally unusual and little cheap. I'm going to get this.
I used to be on
This is
KVR all the
It's-
time.
it's-
I love that site.
It said a touch unusual. It's just sold
There you go.
me. I'm just sold. Yeah. I bet I have to sign up, don't I?
It's like the line in Beetlejuice. I myself am strange and unusual.
Can you believe that you don't have to sign up? You just have to. I've just downloaded it. How weird.
I'll have to try that. If it's Yuhi, it's got to be good. His stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
You do some stuff for Yuhi, right, Henrik?
Yeah. Oh, you mean I did some at Super
Sound
Booth,
design.
or- Oh, sound design. Not for Yuhi. But I've actually never sold any patches for any Yuhi since, only for Omnisphere and some others.
Okay.
But I love his plugins.
Yeah. Really good.
Oh, hang on. My mum
Because
is
that's
calling.
another free
I
one
have
from
to
them. Is
answer that.
Zebrulette 3.
Okay.
That's worth getting. It's very cool.
Say again, Tim.
That's another free one from them. Is Zebrulette 3, which if you haven't got it.
Zebrulette 3. I tell you, it was
That's
easy.
very
I mean,
Yeah,
I
that
thought
one's
I'd-
cool too.
I thought I'd have to sign up, but no, I've just downloaded it, installed it.
Yeah.
I watched Howard Scar give Dr. Synth a demo at NAMM on
Yeah.
Zebrulette 3. and it was
Yeah.
amazing because
Oh, yeah.
here's a guy who knows it in and out,
Yeah.
explain it to a guy who knows other synths inside and out, and it was just fun to watch the whole thing happen. So.
Yeah, because we a whole load of us, Henrik, myself, and a few others, always go to Super Booth every year, and we often are hanging around the UHI tent quite a lot. So so we've got good demos of it's very impressive. Yeah, we stay there till they throw us out.
Yeah, it's a very graphical synth. It's tweaking of your visual waves and stuff is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Instead of just using your ears, you can see what's going on visually quite a bit.
Yeah, I've just used it to make some really sort of unusual samples for a project I'm working on at the moment. So just some unusual synth sounds. So that's very cool.
That's cool. Yeah, there's always some free stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, I saw the Synth Anatomy website. He mentions a bunch of free stuff on there as well as all the deals. So if you just look around, sometimes it's free if you buy something, one of those things.
Yeah.
But quite often you get a couple cool free things, even if it's a light version. But I've had a lot of fun with light versions in the past when I couldn't afford to buy stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, because it's just like the fact that we've just we've lost. We did have Computer Music Magazine, and that
and then
their
Future
CM
Music.
versions that were incredibly powerful.
And then occasionally something cool like the Hartman Neuron plugin becomes free because the company goes belly up, and the guy keeps supporting it on Facebook, and it's a great fucking synth. I love Hartman Neuron. It's really great, but the problem is since it's no longer rewritten, it's just tweaked to run in a certain version of Mac OS, or you can run
I have to leave for a moment because something is wrong at my dad.
Okay.
So you can just continue. I think I
just
will
end
be
it if
back
you
in
have to go,
10
Henrik.
minutes or
It's
something
okay.
like that. What?
Okay.
It's been about 2 hours. We can end it if you have to go. It's okay.
Yeah, you can continue. I will be back in 10 or 15.
It's up to you
I
guys.
mean, I have to go in about 10 minutes anyway. So,
All right.
so if you want to end it, it's cool.
Yeah, you guys call it.
Yeah.
Shall we end?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you
okay.
don't have to worry about it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you everyone for
Thanks, everybody.
for being here.
In everybody.
Sorry for all the cheese talk.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a synthesizer out of it, Andy. It's all
Now I'm
right.
hungry, so
So see you next time, and thank you to all the chatters and everybody here. And then I have to find the outro, which is about
Take care.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Bye, everybody.
cheese. Cheers.
Cheers.
or as they say in German, tschüss, right? Is it
Yeah.
Yeah.